welcome again to my YouTube channel. Uh, Here's another story that I just came across the other day, and it's a story that I found online. A very interesting story of two 16-year-olds who are in a relationship. 16-year-olds now are in relationships and they think now they have won the world and they can turn out to be Romeo and Juliet and build a life together. 16 years old. Bro, at 16, I could not even talk to a girl. But these ones, they are convinced that they're in a very serious long-term relationship. At 16, you do not have the knowledge to be in a relationship. You do not have the idea of what it takes to be in a relationship. And you definitely know nothing to do with relationships. Relationships should be left to people who are fully grown. For women, 18. At 18, a woman is mature. But for you as a young man, but the earliest you can afford to be in a relationship is maybe 25, 26. I mean, if you are 19, 17 or 20 and you get a girl that you'll sleep with, boy, you should consider yourself very lucky. Because even at 25, there's still some guys who cannot go and pull a girl in a relationship with them. That's how serious it is. Anytime you think of a relationship at 16, you should be, oh God, something should just be done to you. You should go somewhere, probably in Iraq or Afghanistan, and just stand straight like this, and then wait for this one, and you go die. So you should, yes, you die, because this is something that is well beyond you. You do not have enough knowledge for you to go and deal with the relationship dynamics. No, you do not. So here's the story. I met my girlfriend online, and over a year ago, at first we called each other a couple of times when we were still friends and getting to know each other. After we started dating, though it kind of just stopped, and I didn't know how to ask her since I never really know when she's free. When I ask, she's usually not. She also has a strict parent who don't know about our relationship, so she has to work around that as well. Oh, she has to work around that as well. Now, I'm here to tell him, because anyway, if you've listened to me a couple of times, you've already seen all the red flags that we have in this conversation here. First of all, this is a long-distance relationship. Gentlemen, you cannot afford to deal with a long-distance relationship. This is something that is beyond you. You do not have the capabilities, because anyway, long-term relationships are based on what? The creation just in your head. Long-distance relationships are not real relationships. Unless you meet within the first 5 or 6 months of the relationships. If you do not meet, then all of you are just losers and are just trying to give each other company. As a man, you get to invest your resources, and as the woman, the woman benefits from it by getting your free attention. That's it. That's the only thing that exists out of these long distance relationships. If you do not meet within the first 3 to 6 months of the relationship, then I'm afraid you guys are lying to each other. Right? Then, what did he say? She's never free. He doesn't know when she is free. In this generation, someone is not free. Bro, if a girl is telling you, I'll check with my time if I'm going to be free, if I'm going to be available, the best silent information that she's passing to you, she's just saying, I am not free for you. Because the guy that she wants, she avails herself for the guy. But because you are not the one that she wants, then she will tell you, I'm busy. But no one is busy 24/7, not even to reply to a text message. No. For the guys that they want, they will reply to their messages all the time. And then he also say, she has strict parents. Don't fall for that crap. That is pure crap. Because anyway, bro, just the same way for men, for the women that they love, men go overboard. This is the same message. Even for women, for the guys that they want, there is no rule on the other side. If you're being given rules by any other girl that you're approaching out there, bro, you know what? She does not want you. Because if she says, I am busy, there's always a silent for you there. I can't do that. There's always another silent with you there. Because with the guys that they want, there's no restrictions. Anything that they want to do, bro, they are going to do it without even thinking twice. They'll be like, what do you want, my man? What do you want me to do? Bro, and they go and do that exact same thing. So if a woman is telling you, I don't do this, I don't do this, I don't do this, there's a silent with you there or for you there. So my advice to this gentleman is, bro, you're not equipped to be in a relationship. Plus, anyway, you live in two different worlds apart. One is on the other side of the world, and even if you live in the same country, if you have to make arrangement, you travel for you to go and see the girl that you are in a relationship with. I'm like, yeah, now she can plan with the real guy that she wants. As soon as I leave, now the real guy that she wants will come in there. So why would I even want to waste my time on things like that? To our young brother here, at 16 years old, you know nothing about relationship. You know absolutely nothing. Because all these girls will tell you, I left my man and 2 minutes later, I was with my boyfriend. So, do you want to be the man or do you want to be the boyfriend? For me, I'd rather be the boyfriend. Because anyway, I get to enjoy all the privileges unrestricted with this woman. But the husbands, oh bro, she'll see people in marriage. Anyway, let's continue. I've made it clear a few times. I've made it clear a few times earlier on that while I understand her situation, I wish I could call her sometimes and not exclusively text. So she basically just told me she will try, but to this day, we still have not called since our relationship started. Brother, you've been in a relationship all alone. You've never been in a relationship because anyway, what kind of relationship is this where you've never called? So you guys have just been texting. Bro, let me tell you, she's using you as a sponge to get the free attention anytime. And because you're now an idiot, anytime she texts you, you run to your phone. Yes, she texts you when she is bored. Because had she been invested in the relationship, my brother, I can guarantee you for sure, bro, she will call, she will text, she will FaceTime, she'll video call, all these things that you guys do every now and again. So, bro, you're being used here. Anyway, at some point I gave up on it and stopped asking about 6 months ago. But my need to hear has been building up since then. How do I tell her for good this time that it's something I really need in a long distance relationship? I don't want to just come out of the blue and not asking for so long. So is there a way I could do this gently? I don't think even I understand, because how do I tell her for good this time? That is something I really need, especially in a long distance relationship. I don't want to come out of the blue after not asking for so long. Is there a way I could do this gently? Listen to this boy. This boy is saying, I want to do this gently. There's no gentle way of doing this. It does not exist, because if it did exist, then you'll have already found a gentle way to come and do it. But the reality of the matter is, this woman doesn't want you. This girl, she doesn't want you. She probably has a boyfriend who's 17 or 18. Near to her place, she goes and she visits him. And probably the boyfriend has even come to their place. And you have no idea. And you still want to come out gently? Bro, here's my advice. Take your phone, block her on all the social media platforms, and completely forget about her. Because anyway, first of all, you met her online. What does it mean when you are trying to approach girls online? It means you lack self-confidence to go out there in the world and see beautiful girls and just tell them, I like you. You have a very fine ass. Or I like the way you look. Just say it as it is. But if your work is to go online on this dating site and start approaching girls over there, yes, because you are so much afraid of rejection face to face. That's why you're finding yourself, let me go and approach girls online. And if you found her online, do you know how many men have been here online trying to approach her? Bro, you're not the first one. Nor are you going to be the last one to approach her. And she uses her online platform to use it as a, how do you call it? As a way to just get free attention. There's no software that you need to come out with. All you need to do is cut the relationship. Cut the relationship, and never ever should you ever think of looking back. That relationship does not belong to you. You are the woman in the relationship. You're so much emotionally invested in that relationship to the point that now you're worried, I need to come out nicely for me to say bye and all that shit. No, you do not need to do any of that nonsense. Just be clear. Block and move on. So Mr. Nice Guy continues. Just now, as like a side note somewhere there. About 2 weeks ago, she told me that there's something that's been going on, but wouldn't tell me what. Just that she will tell me whenever she is ready. I'm okay with waiting for her, but it's been a bit and hasn't come up. So So when and how do I even ask about this again? I want to hear about it because I want to be there for her if she's going through something. But I don't want to pressure her into telling me whatever happened. This is the most idiotic thing I've read today. But anyway, remember, this is a kid. This kid is 16 years old. And he's fallen in love with a 16-year-old girl. Little does he know that this 16-year-old girl is not interested at all. Not interested at all. And she is using the reverse psychology. The more she withhold her attention and her affection for the guy, and the more now the guy is craving for it more. Just like a small little child. You see a child, the more the mother is not really looking after it, the more the child now starts craving for that attention. So that's the same case with the boy here. The more this 16-year-old girl is holding her attention, the more the boy is craving for it. And I highly suspect this boy is looking for his mother through the girl. Why do I think he's looking for the mother through the girl? Because Yeah, mama is the one that gives you all the attention that you want as a child. And whenever you don't get it, or whenever you become of age, now you go find yourself a girlfriend, a partner, a wife, whatever. So that you continue on the same trajectory of having the attention that you're looking for. The girl doesn't talk to you. The girl doesn't reply to your messages. She can't call you because she claims that her parents are very strict. Not even a phone call. And you, the idiot, you're still just sitting there and waiting. Bro, I feel your pain because I've been there. I have been there, and any other guy can tell you that they have been there. The girl that they wanted the most, they never really ended up having that girl. But it's not the end of the world. No, it should not be. And you should never be discouraged thinking that, yes, the world is ending tomorrow. No, the world is not going to end. If I were you, the best the best revenge that I'm going to do is get myself physically fit as possibly as you can. Find a job. If you're 16, 17, probably you're still in high school anyway. So maybe by the time you're 17, 18, find a job, save your little money. Even if it's $100 every month, just save it. By the time you're 20, let's just do the calculation. And I wish I knew this earlier on. Let's say now, probably 6 months. Let's assume that they started talking in December last year or November last year. Every 12 months, if you save $100, that's $1,200. By the time you go for 2 years, that's $2,400. And by the time you go for 4 years, that's $4,800. Just with $100 a month. You have your gym membership, you have you're getting your things to nicely. Then imagine you do that for maybe 6 years or 10 years. You do that for 10 years, you'll be 26. And by the time now you're 26, now you have a little bit of money saved there, which by then it will have been already a lot of money. You have a little bit of money there, and probably you've finished your education, or if you decided to go craft your skills into becoming the best person that you can become, you do that. So by the time you reach maybe 27, 28, around the age of 27, 28, now you have access to girls. Actually, you don't even go look for them. If you look for them, maybe those are the ones that you want. But by this time, the ones that you don't want and the ones that just will see you a good-looking guy, they are the ones who are going to be after you. Because anyway, most of them, now their biological clock is ticking very fast. So that's my advice to this young boy. 16 years, no. Don't even think of a relationship. No. Or maybe go learn a skill, learn something like carpentry, learn video editing, learn a digital skill. And I think that can take you a bit further other than you chasing this girl who most clearly she doesn't want you. And if you continue chasing her for the next maybe 2 or 3 years, yes, she will go first of all be with the bad boys that she wants. Once the bad boys don't want her, then you're going to be the one who will come and collect the leftovers in the society. And gentlemen, you deserve a lot better than this. So when you find yourself chasing this girl, you're just running after the wind, and it is not worth it. Not at all. So leave her. And please go out there. If you have to approach girls, approach them in person. This nonsense of long distance relationships and stuff, ignore that shit. Because it doesn't work. And unless, probably at 16, you don't have enough money to go and buy a plane ticket for you to go and meet this girl. You don't have the resources. A long distance relationship, unless you are able to meet in the next 3 to 6 months of the relationship, the two of you are lying to yourself, you are liars. Stop that shit and get the fuck out and approach beautiful looking women. And you'll see how your life is going to transform completely. That's my advice for this young man. And when you win, please let me know. Let me know when you win. I'll be here cheering you up. I'll see you all in the next one.